Hello friends, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365, and today I'm going to review Arrow Video's 4K Ultra HD limited edition of Waterworld. Okay, Waterworld is here on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray, released by Arrow Video. It can be found as a limited edition available at your online retailers. Now, if you remember anything when Waterworld initially came out in theaters, there was a huge spectacle. It was the most expensive movie ever made at the time, and I think that's what media and people glommed onto, and I firmly believe to this day it negatively affected the box office. Because if this movie was made today, the budget would be nothing to really raise an eyebrow. So back then it was a really big deal. But yeah, it's just one of those films that if you look back at it, I think it works. It's an adventure. It's a post-apocalyptic kind of, I've often heard it referred to Mad Max on the water. And honestly, you can't really, argue with that point. In my opinion, this is an extremely fun and entertaining movie. The standout for me is, of course, Dennis Hopper. I mean, he looks like he embraced the craziness, and that's why I've always gravitated towards him as an actor, because he puts himself fully into the role, no matter how absurd the premise is. And speaking of which, I really like it. The setting, the various other cuts of the movie that were made, all give you something unique, and in my opinion, it's, worth revisiting each one depending on your mood. This is an action-packed adventure film that holds up extremely well today, especially when you compare it to the modern day CG spectacles. The practical effects and set pieces used in this movie, if this were made today, once again, it would just be one of those CG fests and it wouldn't look as authentic. So I think that's one of the reasons this film should be appreciated. So if you've never seen it, I would absolutely recommend you watch it and just, have a good time. Alright, we're going to talk about the picture quality and the audio in just a moment, but first, let's do a quick unboxing. Okay, we have the 4K limited edition of Waterworld from Arrow Video. This pretty much looks like the same artwork from the Blu-ray release. So yeah, I like the packaging. I think it's really good packaging. And the back. And of course, we have the movie itself, which has reversible artwork, which I'll show in a moment. And the various different cuts on Blu-ray. This is just the lobby cards that comes with it. And then we have the poster, which, just right there, and a booklet. I always like going through these. They're really nice. They do give you a lot of detail. And finally, we have the reversible artwork. So yeah, Arrow Video likes to do these, and I know collectors really appreciate it. So yeah, overall, very nice. Now let's talk about the picture quality and the audio. Waterworld on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray has a 1:5:1 aspect ratio with native 4K resolution and graded with both HDR10 and Dolby Vision. For purposes of this review, I will be discussing the Dolby Vision encode. Now, this new 4K edition from Arrow Video is the theatrical cut. The other two versions are Blu-ray only. And as far as what is used for the source, it looks to be from the same previous Universal release. And aside from the new Dolby Vision Pass, the differences are purely under the hood. To begin, grain structure looks to be slightly more pronounced on this new edition. On the Universal 4K disc, there were spots that looked like it could have been slightly managed, and I never got that impression here. Bit rates on the new Arrow disc are more constant, which to the average viewer may not mean much, but it leads to lesser instances of compression. Details look great, just as the previous 4K. Close-ups reveal great nuances in both skin and post-apocalyptic clothing. As for the new Dolby Vision grading, I didn't find it to be a game changer. Of course, there is a slight, and I do mean slight, improvement to the color space. The blues of the ocean still look great, and the lush greens featured at the end of the film are very nice. Skin tones still have a warmth to them, and I didn't find either 4K version outdoing the other. Black levels still look deep with nary a sign of crush. Just for fun, I showed my wife side-by-side comparisons with both discs, and to quote her exactly, What am I supposed to be seeing different here? Your own significant other's mileage may vary. What is different, and yet sort of the same, is that Era Video has decided to use a Dolby Atmos audio track for this release, whereas the previous Universal disc had a DTS-X mix. In many ways, this is a 6 of one, half a dozen of the other kind of scenario. Listening to both audio tracks, the overall dynamics of the surround mix are nearly identical. Action scenes are equally impressive on both discs, and I wouldn't be comfortable planting my flag in one camp over the other in this regard. In-film dialogue is prioritized nicely up front with no issues to report, even during the film's more chaotic moments. Hide activity is often entertaining with fun audio cues such as aircraft and debris, underwater immersion, etc. The surround space is often multi-directional with great use of environmental and in-film action. I've seen reports out in the wild that the low end is punchier in the new Atmos version. Well, I'd sort of sign off on that. Doing a side-by-side with the various explosions, gun blasts, and engine roars, I do pick up a discernible upgrade there. Once again, casual viewers may not even notice. For the picture quality, I'm going to give Waterworld on 4K Ultra HD Blu-ray an A-. At the end of the day, the picture is not a night and day difference you might have been expecting from the previous Universal disc, more like night and later that night. The overall picture is nicely filmic, and I think it does look really good, and the overall decision will not be based off the transfer. For the audio mix, I'm going to score this one an A. The Dolby Atmos is a rambunctious, wildly entertaining audio experience from start to finish. Action scenes hit with authority, and even during the quieter moments, there's plenty of ambience to enjoy. Once again, the audio between the two 4K discs will really come down to personal preference. So do I recommend you pick up Era Video's 4K release of Waterworld? Well, in the case of new buyers and those looking for a bevy of extras, yes, absolutely, it's a high recommend based off that alone. But if you already own the existing 4K from Universal, you're really not missing too much with the picture and the audio. I don't think it's a massive upgrade, it's incremental at best, but really, honestly, if they provided the other two cuts in 4K, this would be an entirely different conversation. That would be, in my opinion, a must-have recommend. So yes, now it's your turn in the comment section below. Let me know if you picked up the new 4K of Waterworld. And also, if you're interested in picking this up for yourself, I will leave an Amazon link in the comment section below. In the meantime, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So until next time, this is Adam with Movie Guy 365. I will see you at the movies.